Marthel, the total number of arrests along the southern border reaching a 15-year high last month in March. This as images like this one spark some nationwide outrage and concern. Border agents say smugglers dropped those two little sisters. They're from Ecuador. They're ages 5 and 3. Dropped them from atop the border wall. Well, as you can see right now, they're doing fine. We're told their mother has been located in the United States. So what can we do, the nation do about tackling this growing influx? Arizona Congresswoman Debbie Lesko is here. Congresswoman, those two little girls, I mean, it shows what families are resorting to. There has to be a more secure, reasonable, appropriate, and legal way for migrants to do this and not resort to this. What are we doing wrong, and what should we do right?
Well, this is definitely Biden's border crisis. His policies are directly leading to this kind of behavior. I mean, let's face it, the cartels are doing human trafficking and drug trafficking. They're gaining money off of it, and Biden's policies are the ones that's encouraging it. I mean, he first has to stop telling people all over the world that he's going to give illegal immigrants citizenship. He's got to stop telling them he's going to give them free health care and $1,400 stimulus checks. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize that if Biden is going to tell the world that, thousands of people are going to flood over our borders. So that's number one. Number two, President Biden needs to get back to the Remain in Mexico policies. So all these asylum seekers can either stay in Mexico or another safe third country while their claims are being processed. And in my opinion, third, which is one of my pieces of legislation, we need to raise the credible fear factor or fear standard, I should say, for claiming asylum. Because right now, anybody and anybody can just say, oh, I'm claiming asylum, and it doesn't meet the bar that it should meet. And so those are three things that President Biden could do right now, and it would help solve this problem.
Well, as you know, the president has said, and the administration has said, the border is closed, don't come. And he's blamed the Trump administration for, as they said, dismantling part of the system. But your point goes to the fact in dealing with asylum seekers. The New York Times has a study. They looked at just 2 recent days, and they said that just 10 or 20% of the families were turned back. The families show up, they know that they want to get to a border official, a border officer, and then they claim asylum so that way they know they can get in. And in many of these cases, we're being told the families are being let in and given a paper to come back for your asylum hearing, and it seems to be back to the old ways in the past.
Yeah, and some of them aren't even given papers or being tested for COVID. In Gila Bend, Arizona, 16 illegal immigrants were dumped in the middle of a park. Now, this is a small town in Arizona. It's 80 miles north of the Mexico-Arizona border. There's 30 miles of desert before you reach another town. They had no hospitals, no shelters there. The government, under Biden, just dumped these people, including babies, in the middle of a park. And you know what happened is the mayor of Gila Bend personally, with his wife, borrowed some vans and drove them up to Phoenix to a shelter. I mean, Biden calls this humane? I don't think so. This is an inhumane policies, what he is promoting, and it needs to stop. This is insanity.
Finally, you accuse the administration of this, but at the same time, Mexico, they're not taking back families if you've got a kid under 7. So, I mean, how do we deal with that? You say remain in Mexico, but they don't want them back, even if legally you can send families back. I mean, how's this all going to work out, do you think, at the end? Can it?
Well, the thing is that Mexico was cooperating with President Trump, so obviously there's a policy change under President Biden, and he keeps on claiming that he's trying to treat people humanely. This is not humane when you let little kids, babies, mothers that are being raped, being abused by the cartels. His policies incentivize this, And it's absolutely insane. And not only these families, but you have, I think, 1,000 people a day that are running away from the Border Patrol, probably because they have prior criminal arrests or they're drug trafficking. And so we're not even talking about those people yet, and that's mostly young adults, males that are doing that. And that's what's happening most here in Arizona. A lot of runners, not just people turning themselves into Border Patrol and claiming asylum.
Well, the administration says they are expelling people, but clearly there's a lot of work to be done. Arizona Congresswoman Debbie Lesko, who is on the border. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.